Hello everyone, this is Anil Kumar. In this class, we will see the Spring JDBC, how it can be configured. Before to do that, I think we need to configure the database. So the database for our tutorials demonstration I have chosen is the Apache Derby. Why I have chosen Apache Derby is it is a very lightweight database, very easy to configure, and we can easily create tables and update the data. I think we can go for any kind of database like Oracle database, SQL Server, but those things are really not needed for the demonstration of some simple tutorials like the Spring JDBC and this stuff. So Apache Derby is the one which suits for our requirement. So go to Google and try to configure download the Apache Derby, and I will configure it. Click on Apache Derby download. It is a free software. It will comes with a bundled package. Go to install software, and you will have a lot of steps. Don't no need to go through all those steps. I will explain you in a very simple way. uh, there is a link called Apache Derby on the bottom. You have a download Derby icon. So link. So in the download Derby, they have given some instructions, and if you go further here, there is a download.html. If you click here, it would give you the different versions of Derby. So only thing is you need to choose which Java JDK that you are using. Based on the JDK that you are using, you just need to see. So in my Java, if I see, I installed Java JDK I am using. So I have gone for JDK. So JDK 10.14.20. If you download it, if you click on download, it would ask you for a binary zip. You can download the particular zip file. You can click on download zip file. It would download in your mm, uh, local drive. So after configuring, after downloading, you just need to extract it, and the after extracting, the download file would look like this. So db derby, it will have a bin folder, and if you go to bin folder, you have these are the some batch files which are being present in the derby. So this is a kind of there are two types of databases for derby. One is in memory, and there is a network database. So in memory, sometimes what happens is sometimes the data won't reflect immediately. So I am going for a network driver. So uh, before we actually jump into this database stuff, we need to do two set paths. We need to do the I have actually illustrated all those tips here. We need to set Derby home, and also we need to set the path to Derby. So what we need to do is go to my computer. I think it is very much similar to the uh, setting the environment variable for Java. Advanced system settings, go to environment variables. You need to click new, and write Derby home. I already set here. It is similar. No need to set it again. Derby home. The way the path you need to set it is Derby bin folder. So not bin folder, actually that is a Derby installation folder, like whatever you extracted. And if you go to path variable, and in the path variable, if you edit it, there also you need to make an entry of the bin folder. Why? Because when you navigate through different C drive to D drive, we need to make sure like that Derby configuration is available in your class path. So after doing that, go to command prompt. Go to command prompt. Go to D drive, wherever the installation been happened. So click on select that particular path, uh, go, go to change directory. I think you need to go to change directory, and to see the list of commands that are available in this bin folder. uh, mm, uh, in this particular bin folder, you have a uh, there are two commands that you need to use. We have a start network server and stop network server, but we won't stop now, we will just start it because that is not started yet. And there is another command called ij.bat. This is the client. So one is the server, one is the um, client. How to start the server? So we need to run, uh, you can drag here, or maybe you can just type it like the same command. uh, start network server. If you click on start network server, we will see, uh, so the Apache Derby network server has been started, and it is actually listening on the port 1527. So this database server has been started. To test this out, you need to open another command prompt, where you go to the same directory again, cd, maybe d drive, go to d drive, go to the same folder. Okay, here you need to click on the ij. Ij is the one which actually listens to that database port. So if you click on ij, it will give you the ij version, and it will converge to the uh, ij command, ij command prompt. In the ij command prompt, whenever a ij command prompt says, that means you are at database client console, where you can type all the necessary db commands. So the db commands that I'm trying to achieve is, I need to connect to the particular database server which is running on 1527 port. So the command I need to use here is, I think it is very difficult to remember all these commands, but this is the command that we need to use it. So connect, this is actually listening to the localhost 1527. This is the ij port, this is the client port. You need to write this command, connect jdbc derby localhost 1527 db. If db is existing, that's fine, otherwise you need to create, that is the create a true argument, you will say. So once you click on this one, I think it's connected. There is no message as such, but it is connected. To test this out, we can run some kind of commands, some database commands. So to test our applications, we need to write, we need to create a table, right? So I'm creating a table. It is a similar to the login application. We will create one table called app user, and where we will insert one record. uh, I think you remember the create table script, right? Let me create a table. Create table, some table name, app underscore user. I'm choosing app user. I'm mentioning only two attributes as id. It is an integer, and name as a some varchar of kind of 50. This is the syntax for create table, right? So let me run this sql, whether to see whether this table can be created or not. Table or view already exists in schema. I think I already created this table. So that's fine, I think. Let me see the table, what the data is existing. select star from app underscore user. So I have this table. I have inserted one row. If for demonstration purpose, maybe I can insert another row as well. Insert into app underscore user uh, values. We can see we can insert another one or two row actually for Java Tech one or two, something like. Uh, yeah, then another row also got inserted. So let me pull the data, select star from whether our second row got inserted or not. Select star from app underscore user. Okay. Yeah, so our table got created, and I am able to insert the data from app user table. So this is the database configuration that we have to do for our login application. um, so what we will do in the next video is we will try to connect it to the database, this particular database which is listening on the 1527 port, and we will fetch this data from the Java application and we will show it in our Eclipse console. uh, that is the task that we are going to do. And first I will write a normal JDBC code. Later I will convert in a simple way to the Spring JDBC. How the Spring JDBC has to be configured and how we can fetch the data from the DB, we will see in the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching my video. If you click on like, please click on the like button if you get something out of my video, and do subscribe to my channel to have further videos. Thank you.